All right, hi everybody, this is Coach Steve, and today we're going to do a 9 exercise routine. Now, depending on how much time you have, you can do 1 round, play it back, do 2 rounds, 3 rounds, however much time you have to give this, your full attention for however much time that you have. So we're going to do some animal movements today. I will modify those depending on your ability level. So let's go ahead and play along. You could use a mat if you're not in a safe environment and some water, as I have over there. And let's go ahead and get started. So go ahead and get your legs a little bit further in hip distance, and we are going to turn side to side to warm up the spine. Warm up the back, warm up the shoulders. Get a little twist on those ankles too. Get those ankles ready for exercise. Nice and easy turn. All right, let's put our hands together. Let's bring your hands up to one side. Chop it down to your knee. All right, go ahead and start doing that. And what I would like you to do on this side is to bend that knee a little bit so we can warm up the knee as well. Get those lower body joints warmed up, as well as the wrists, the elbow, and the shoulders. All right, let's do 2 more on this side. And switch. One thing you can do is to kind of look at your hands, really focus on hand-eye coordination for this one. All right, let's roll out our shoulders a little bit. Really expand that chest. Let's bring our hands out to the side and really expand the chest when we're going back. Really open it up. All right. All right, let's get those legs a little further in hip distance one more time. Let's put our hands in a chop position. Let's come straight down and over the head. Really get a good stretch in those arms each time. Get those elbows as straight as you can as you go up. Don't forget to smile. Remember, it's important to celebrate those small wins. That win that you have today is getting here for class. So let's do it. All right, let's do 2 more of those. We'll be nice and ready to go. All right. All right, so our first exercise is going to be a bear crawl, or just in a bear position. But if you're unable to do that, you can even do the bear against the wall. So from here, we're just going to bend our knees a little bit and hold that position. Okay? So if you're unable to get on the ground, that's another option for you. Okay, let's get on the ground. So for this, on the ground, I'm just going to do a static bear crawl today. Lift your knees a little bit off the ground and stay in this position. Keep the back nice and flat. Keep those wrists right underneath your shoulders for stability, and keep those knees right underneath the hips. Now you'll really feel this strain around those muscles in your knees and your hips as time goes on here, and we have 25 seconds left and you can make it. Good job, hold it. You got this. All right, 5 seconds and rest. All right, our next one is going to be Cobra. So again, if you're standing, go ahead and expand your chest, bring it in like this, expand your chest. For those of us on the ground, we're going to get into that low push-up position. And instead of bringing our knees up, we are just going to bring our torso up and bring it down and bring it up and bring it down. So what we're really working here is our lower back, our core, our shoulders, our triceps. Try to bring those eyes up as high as you can when you are doing this extension. And again, if you're unable to get on the ground, go ahead and do that full extension, arms to the side, and really expand the chest just like we did when we warmed up today. And rest. All right, next we're gonna do donkey kicks. So again, if you're unable to get on the ground for donkey kicks, we're starting here and we're bringing our legs straight back. Okay, if you're able to get on the ground for donkey kicks, go ahead and get started. We're starting here and we're bringing our legs up. Kick that leg up and switch. What I really want you to concentrate on is squeezing those glutes each time you lift that leg. So really engage the glutes each time. Bring it up. My little hummingbird friends are wondering what's going on today. Good job, keep it up. 15 seconds. Really working the glutes, the hamstrings, the lower back. If you sit a lot, this is a great exercise to do to really exercise that lower back. All right. So our next exercise, we're going to get into the squat position. So this is really to work our chest and our balance and our mobility in our lower body. So we're going to start here. We're going to open our chest up as much as we can and bring our arms back down. And again, if you're unable to get into this squat type position, open up those arms as much as you can from a standing position. Bring them forward, open it up. It's really good if you're sitting all day to do this particular exercise. It really helps with your mobility of your lower body and opens your chest up, because generally we're on some kind of machine when we're sitting. We tend to hunch over, and this helps us expand and open up. All right, 5 seconds. And go ahead and stand up. All right, next we're gonna do a bunny hop. So for a bunny hop, we're keeping our feet very close together and we're gonna bounce. If you're unable to do that, no problem. But I still want you to keep your feet together, and I want you to do a close-legged squat. Okay, so put those knees as close as you can, keep the feet together, and do a squat. Okay? Otherwise, if you're able to do a bunny hop, keep those feet together, and we're just gonna hop on those feet. All right, this is great for bone mineral density. greater impact on our lower body, builds those bones, builds the muscles down there. I've known people in the past to break their ankle just by going off one step, and this helps keeps those bones nice and solid. All right, we got 10 seconds. And rest. Okay, we're gonna do crab reaches next. So again, if you're unable to get on the floor for this one, go off of an edge of a chair and do crab dips. So you'll be in the same position as we are on the floor. All right, for crab reaches, this is really gonna test your balance. So reach it up, try to get into tabletop position each time. This is a tough one, so do what you can on this one. If you can't fully open, just do hand and leg releases. All right, you got this. 5 seconds. Okay. Whew. All right, we're gonna do inchworms next. So you're gonna get into plank position. So an alternative for this is just to go into plank position. You can go in plank position on the floor or off of a wall. But from this plank position, okay, from the plank position, I'm gonna just back my hands up and get into pike position and then walk it back out into plank. So you can either move your feet or your hands for this one. This one's really tough as well. You really gotta have a strong core, and this really helps develop your core. But again, if you need to stay in that plank position for this one, no problem. All right, you got this. And done. All right, for our 9th exercise, or for our next exercise, we are going to do squats. We're going to actually do sumo squats. So go ahead and point your feet out to the side. Bring it down, bring it back up. It's important when you do this to track those knees over your feet. Really working that lower body. Right, if you put your hands on your hips, you should be able to wrap your thumbs around your hips and feel those muscles engage. All right, for our last exercise, we are going to do a plank and a rotation. So you can do this elevated, or you can do this off of a wall. But from here, we're going to open up and bring it back down. Open it up and bring it back down. And again, just like we did before, if you're unable to balance, just stay in that plank position for a minute. Good job, keep it up. Nice and smooth. Ten seconds. All right, awesome. All right, 2 rounds in for today. If you're on board with us, the next thing we're going to do is just do a little stretch to kind of cool down and get us ready for the rest of our day. So go ahead and put your legs a little further in hip distance. Let's interlock the fingers and stretch it up. You can look at your hands too. That kind of helps drive your body upwards. And again, we're doing this stretch to lengthen the abdomen, stretch out the arms, stretch out the hips. Let's go ahead and lean over to the side. All right, bring it up, lean it over to the other side. All right, let's go ahead and stir the pot. So when you stir the pot, you're extending your arms out, moving your hips side to side, bringing it around. Nice and easy. Getting a good stretch on your legs. Let's go ahead and go the other direction. Keep it nice and smooth. All right, next let's get up to get your legs again at hip distance. Let's bend forward just a little bit. Hold that position and then really expand the chest. Expand the chest. Back in. Expand the chest. Round the back. Expand the chest. Let's do 2 more. All right, let's get down into that squat position again. Try your best to get your heels on the ground. Having a little rough time today, but I'm going to use my elbows to push my knees out to really stretch out my inner thighs. All right, and there you have it. We are done for today. Remember, on the video for today, it's going to be 15-minute routine. With the warm-up and the cool down, it's going to be about 18 minutes. If you need more than that, do 2 rounds. Just rewind it back, start it again. You have time for 3 rounds, which is probably optimal, and it's going to take about 45 minutes. Go ahead and go to the front of that exercise portion of it, do it again, and then do the stretching at the end. But thank you so much for coming. Make sure you hit the follow button down at the bottom. And this is Coach Steve signing off. See you next time.